Welcome to ASL Chats, where my dog ate my mic instead of my homework. Today we'll mostly be going through results from Term 1, AGC, and we have a wonderful interview with Magdalene de Kok, the Esports Coordinator Manager of CURRO. We'll specifically be speaking to her about the CURRO Indaba and how it's evolved across the years. We spoke about split fiction a little bit last week, and Jason the camera guy turned into Jason the gamer guy. We played a few hours of it, and it is absolutely fantastic because you can just boot up and play. There's a very low barrier to entry, the game's fun, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of a platformer with a very strong emphasis on the narrative side to it. So you get guided along, and the puzzle solving with your friend is fantastic. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Portal or Portal 2 for that combined element, but in a more modern setting with today's graphics.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Jason, the cameraman here. It's just coming to give my little opinion on Split Fiction. So honestly, Split Fiction was such an enjoyable game for me. I really love the way it jumps between sci-fi and fantasy, like two of my favorite genres. But my honest highlight was definitely being a magical pig. I think Adam could fart space dust and glide across platforms, whereas I was more of like a slinky thing. Honestly, that was for me, the biggest highlight. The game's wacky, it's fun, it's exciting, and if you're a fan of fantasy and sci-fi, you're definitely going to love Split Fiction.
We'll be releasing a full review as a separate video soon. We just need to finish the game. Yes, this is what happens when we're finished with the ASL Term League. We play games. Sign-ups for Term 2 are open, and they'll be open until all the games will remain the same. We will be introducing Marvel Rivals. It's a game that's been requested a few times, and we want to try it out. If we do get less than 8 teams entering, we might take it off, but this is kind of like a trial phase, so we'll see if we'll keep it in the long run. We have a gameplay highlight submitted by Protea Heights Academy. This is from their game vs Hudson Park High School in League of Legends. On red side we have Protea Heights Academy and Hudson in blue. Both teams are fighting, dancing around dragons, just trying to catch someone off guard, because whoever wins this fight will win the game. Winner catches 2 people with his ult, which Nami amazingly disengages with, catches several people, disrupts the combo of Seraphine and Yone ult, letting Protea Heights Academy clean up this fight. With that cleanup, they don't need the dragon anymore. They can go straight on because of the long death timers and finish the game out. Good job, Protea Heights Academy. With ASL basically done and the rest of schools in assessment/exam test period, we don't have a lot of events coming up. The only major one is the CURRO Johannesburg LAN. Signups are closed for that, but if you'd like to, you can submit an email to Mags. And if a spot opens up on the waiting list, I'm sure they can arrange something. Full details on the event page.
Whoa, pause! Hey Adam, did you hear AGC details came out?
Is that official yet?
Dude, you mentioned it in the intro.
Well, cat's out of the bag. I'll see if I'm allowed to say that later. But AGC 2025 will be hosted at Grand West in Cape Town. I've taken a walk around the venue, and it's very fancy. One of the best destinations I think we'll ever have hosted an event at. So students, look forward to an awesome gaming experience later this year. Here are some of the most important notes you need to know for the upcoming event. This will also go out in a fancier document, but just so you have the information for now. Dates are on the 10th and 11th of July. Those will be specifically for the school competitions, and then from the 12th and 13th we'll move into the public side, which will be open to the general public and gaming organizations. Your students can still apply for this. Just note you won't only be playing with students. The games being played are Valorant 5v5, Rocket League 3v3, Brawlhalla 1v1, EAFC 1v1, and Fortnite 3v3. If your ASL game is not from the mentioned games, your finals will either be at the CURRO National LAN as a fancy title, or it will be online. You'll need to bring your own devices for everything except for Brawlhalla and EAFC 25, basically things played on console. I did mention last week that we'll do a lot of results this week. There is a lot, so I've split it between this week and next week. If you don't want to wait for us stretching content, then you're welcome to go check the results on the website itself. But for now, we're going to focus on 4 of the games we've been playing. Our top 4 teams in Valorant are CCL Knights from Crawford College Lone Hill, SWAT Corp Valor Agents, and Glenwood Valor. We will take the top 2 teams from each group to join them in Premier. On the League of Legends side, the top 2 teams in each group is Paul Roos Gymnasium and Riverwood College. The top 4 from each group will be going through to Premier Division. In terms of Brawlhalla, we will be taking the top player from each group because there was 16 groups, meaning a lot of players will go through. We are only taking 4 students from one school into Premier. Lastly, for Brawl Stars, our top 4 teams are Pretoria Heights Academy, Starlight Crusade from Westerwood High School, Redham House Bedford View, and Pinelands High School. The top 2 teams from each group will move on to Premier. And now we'll go straight into our interview with Magdalene. Cool, we are here with Mags. Please tell our audience what you do here at CURRO.
Well, I am the project manager for CURRO Esports, and that means I basically help manage all of the CURRO Esports programs throughout our schools, support our schools to run their programs, giving them everything they need, including the Indaba, where we are at the moment, giving our coaches an in-depth, overwhelming training in every single aspect of the esports ecosystem. That's basically what I do.
That's amazing, and I think that's a job a lot of people would be jealous for. So tell me a little bit about your career path that led up to this moment. How does one fall into, not fall into, but how does one get into esports?
Fall into is quite the right word.
Okay.
I actually fell into it. It was during COVID. We were locked down. We got the opportunity through Stephen Reed to be part of the Minecraft esports trial period, or the pilot. We did it. It was a huge success. And it just snowballed from there. Then we got appointed part-time as being the esports lead, and then eventually got promoted to a project lead, along with being in the digital transformation team. But from just being a teacher about 5 years ago to being now the project manager for CURRO Esports, I mean, it's grown and grown and grown.
Absolutely amazing. I think your passion is unrivaled. And I think we've spoken to a lot of teachers and presenters today about their passion in esports and what really motivates them. On that vein, what is your game? What is the game that you are passionate about?
So meaning the actual physical game? Minecraft! I love Minecraft. Actually, Minecraft is the latest passion because I always played the strategy games like Zeus, Poseidon, Cleopatra, City Builder, SimCity, and then games like Harry Potter's, the old Harry Potters, the first ones, Lords of the Realm, Age of Empires. That's my type of game. So new games coming into my sphere was Minecraft, of course. Still can't really do the whole zombie thing creeping up on me. I'm struggling with that one, so survival isn't my strongest suit. I do a lot of creative builds. And then something like the Jurassic World games and last year's or the year before, the Hogwarts Legacy was just absolutely fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. And it's so nice that you have such a varied interest in gaming. Even within Minecraft, there's so many different levels, which is why I think the students keep evolving with it. What have you learnt at the CURRO Esports Indaba this year, or what is your favorite thing that you want to take home from this?
The passion and the drive that the teachers still have to want to improve, to want to get more, to want to give back. They do not want to be stagnant. They don't want to be just a coach with just teaching or just let the kids game. They really want to develop the holistic esports player. They want to develop the whole picture, not just the one-dimensional part. I mean, if you're a netball coach, you want them to be able to attack, defend, shoot goals. You want footwork, you want a little bit of everything. Same for esports. You don't just want them to be on one side, you want them to actually do a lot. And to see that they're willing to do that, they want to do that, they're inspired to do that, that's perfect for me. And then meeting some new presenters, that was actually just awesome for me as well.
Fantastic. And this is the 3rd year of the CURRO Esports Indaba. Speaking about this, the teacher's passion never ending, how do you feel like this has evolved from year 1?
Well, I think year one we focused a lot on just introducing games, just actually showing them, well, this is what esports is. It is basically competitive gaming. It is not just playing a game, and adding a very little bit of social emotional intelligence, a little bit of tournament organizing, but not overwhelming them. And through the last 2 years, we've developed where, if you go and look at the esports framework, you have your organizers, which is your IT guys, your support, your hardware type of support. You've got your strategists, those are your software developers, your coaches, your social emotional support. We covered that the last 2 years. This is the first year we can actually move into the last two quarters, which is your content creators, which can go from game development to designing an avatar to being the artist behind the scene of creating the new skins for the new battle pass that's coming out, or to be an entrepreneur, a shoutcaster, a streamer, to earn an income, but being a coach to teach that.
Right.
So we are moving and we're growing every year, so I don't know what next year's going to hold. It's going to be epic. I don't know where, what, how, but we're not stopping this one.
I love that we're covering all the bases as the years go on, and I think the variety we are offering every year gets better and better. So we've been to Cape Town, we've been to Potch, and now we're in Pretoria.
Yeah.
Where do you think you might see us for 2026? Where would you like to be if there hasn't been anything decided?
With the heat we're experiencing at the moment, I'm maybe considering Antarctica. You know, you never know. But what we found is a lot of our schools in and around Gauteng, Northwest, Mpumalanga, it's easier for them to drive to the north, and that's where the most esports schools are. So it's a very difficult decision at the moment, and I think it's only a decision we can make a little bit later in the year, looking at our strategy and how many schools got involved in our leagues, how many schools got involved in the ASL leagues, how many schools participated in AGC, on lands, and after we've seen that, we can decide, all right, we are either going to the Free State, the KZN, or back to Cape Town. It all depends on you, so the demographics. So if you are KZN schools and you want to enter, show us that you are here, show us that you're passionate, and maybe we'll take the Indaba to KZN.
Fantastic. And it's actually very interesting to get a little bit of insight into what that decision-making process is like. I've had CURRO Namibia, Windhoek, ask that next one be held on that side, but we'll have to get there eventually. At the next CURRO Esports Indaba, is there any aspect you'd really like to see introduced that we haven't managed to get yet?
Yes, I would like to see how we can get more of the curriculum decision makers involved
All right.
in how we can implement esports into the classroom as well. Because what we've learned at this Indaba, again, is the skills that's learned through gaming, through esports, through game-based learning, through including games in your class and discovering, letting kids be actively involved in discovering the content they are learning and covering. You grab that learner's attention and they're actually actively involved, and you're not just sitting there and depending on them memorizing content. I would like to see our decision makers more involved into the next Indaba and have them share some information, or even just have them attend from that perspective. And I'm not just talking about, maybe a subject specialist. I'm talking about the people making the decisions on how a curriculum is put together. And yeah, so I think that's the one part I really want to do. And I want to expand on the type of games we offer, from just PC, console, laptop to mobile games. I think there's so much potential in mobile gaming, specifically for the schools who cannot afford a PC or cannot afford a full gaming desk. There needs to be a title that we can run mobile only, or that is accessible on mobile, where it's an age where primary school learners can also play. So I think the research to see and find if we can find a competitive title would be the great thing.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And let's go enjoy dinner.
Yes, let's do that.
People, schools. We're going to test it out. We normally wait to third term, but because of the... Okay.
Whoa, pause! Hey Adam, did you hear that?
I've taken a walk around the venue. I've taken a walk around the venue.
Oh, did you? Did you go for a walk around the venue?
I've taken a walk around the venue. It's still the line. I need to say it, Jason. I've taken a walk.
Got you. This guy took a walk around the venue, guys.